Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome, everybody. First item on our agenda, the minutes of November 3rd. The regular session minutes we're going to hold, there's some typos in it. And I'll entertain a motion for November 3rd executive session, Mike. We're going to hold on the, thank you, Mike.
We're going to hold on
The regular
session. Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the November 3rd, 2008 executive session minutes as written.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. Vino. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Make a note that Steve is not present. And then we have the special meeting of October 10th.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the November 10th, 2008 special meeting minutes as written.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. Vino. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Correspondence, if you have anything you want to pass them down to Allison. Is anybody here for public comment other than the tax hearing? Yes.
Yes. Jeff Hewell, 427 Park Street. Gentlemen, it is time. It's time to start moving North Reading in the right direction. At your request, I know the FAC hearing is not started this yet, but at your request, you have requested that the FAC create a long list of ideas. They have accepted your challenge and put in countless hours on your behalf. Their main charge is to come up with ideas to help you, the BOS, with solutions to implement on behalf of North Reading. Tonight, you are going to hear their first suggestion. It's one that you have kicked around for some time, the dual tax rate. As you listen to their suggestions and their benefits to North Reading, remember to whom you are responsible. All things considered, if this is a good idea for North Reading, then you have no choice but to vote yes. If you think it's not a good idea for North Reading, then you will need to provide documentation to support your point of view and those which contradict the FAC. The consequence of voting no without substantiating your view will be perceived as being in support of a special interest group rather than the town. Small business owner and a resident of North Reading, I ask that you decide on the overall good of North Reading.
Okay, Jeff, you just, you were right on the line of...
Well, he went over the line, Mr. Chairman. That had to do with the tax classification
We're
hearing.
holding this
There's no
off for
question.
tax classification hearing.
It's a public, you're not allowed to make public comments.
Right, but we're gonna have public input on the tax classification, so anyone that has comments not related to the tax classification.
It's not related. I am a businessman. I am also a resident of the town.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting for the hour of 7:15, let's go on and deal with legal bills. Legal bills for 2008. Mr. Beliconis?
Chairman, if you allow me just one moment. Board members, you have the legal bills through September 30th. The amount has been reviewed. You'll note that the amount that's budgeted for labor is decreased slightly. The total amount for general services in the amount of $4,422 has been reviewed, and I would recommend the board so approve.
With that,
Mr. Harris.
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve legal bills for September 2008 in the amount of $9,573.32 as follows. Copeland and Page, PC General, $5,240.16. Copeland and Page, PC Labor, $2,618. Copeland and Page, PC Water, $1,715.16, totaling $9,573.32.
Motion made by Mr. Harris.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Vino. Discussion. Just one comment, Greg. Any of these charges that are outside of our regular operating are going into the appropriate, charged against the appropriate accounts?
Yes, sir.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Next item on our agenda is to accept a gift from Lincoln Properties on Nolan Field. Shall I read this letter from Parks and Recreation? Mr. Pellicans?
Mr. Chairman, you received a letter from the Parks and Rec Commission. They recommend acceptance of a one-time gift of $50,000 made by Lincoln Properties. Then they would request that the monies would be earmarked for improvements to the Mullen Field. In the letter, you see what their general intentions are for those monies, and I would recommend the board so approve.
I'll read the letter. It's to the board. The Parks and Recreation Committee graciously requests acceptance of the one-time gift of $50,000 from Lincoln Properties for capital improvements to the Mullen Recreational Field. These funds are such a welcoming boost to our active park and recreation department. We have already addressed the impact of the Edgewood apartment project by shifting the softball field, installing a new backstop, new player benches, and moving our site sign. This gift will also provide the opportunity to enhance the Mullen recreational site with the improvements and enlargement of a multi-purpose sports playing field. This addition will provide North Reading sports programs the space it so desperately needs. The development intent is to build up the lower level of the site and construct a viable playing field for programs that need a home field such as field hockey or lacrosse. Recent improvements made to the Mullen recreational site include a new backstop, new benches, and field and sign relocation. The Parks and Recreation Department and Committee expresses its sincere gratitude to Lincoln Properties for their generosity to our community. And it's signed Rita Mullen, Acting Chairman, Maureen Stevens, Operation Director. With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move to accept a gift of $50,000 from Lincoln North Reading LLC for improvements to the Mullen Recreation Complex and establish the Recreation Commission determine the expenditures of such. Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous. Okay, we're getting close to 7:15. See, we haven't exceeded our capacity. We have, I believe, chairs, some of them may not be set up, for 55 people. If we exceed that number, in other words, if we have people standing, we will table discussions of the tax rate hearing and until 8 o'clock, and we will proceed to the gym to continue the hearing. And the reason for that is that the capacity of this room is 55, and the gym is not available until 8 o'clock. So far, it looks we're okay. John, everyone needs to be sitting. Seated, please. I'll wait a couple of minutes before we start the hearing.
Yeah.
I will go over a couple of other procedural matters regarding the hearing. First of all, the board will hear a presentation from the Board of Assessors regarding the tax rate. The board will then proceed to ask questions of the assessors. Second, there'll be a presentation from the Fiscal Advisory Committee, at which point the board will ask questions of the FAC. Thirdly, we will get a report or comments or even a presentation from the Finance Committee. And after that, we will open the discussion to the public. I will limit discussion from every one person to 2 minutes because we'd like to give everybody the opportunity that wants to speak. And as I said, if we exceed the capacity as we move forward, we'll have to postpone until 8 o'clock and move to the gym. Just take a 2-minute break.
Yep.
Start by opening the public hearing, and I'll read the notice. Notice of public hearing, tax rate setting and tax classification. The Board of